Okay, we are live. So, Jefferson, can you start introducing yourself first, please?
Of course, I'm Jefferson. I live in Goiânia, Goiás, the center of Brazil. I'm economist, professor of Catholic University of Goiás, and I like to talk about tech, and I love to talk about economics too. That's it.
Nice. And because that, we start to study business intelligence.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
think
good.
the economist must to work with the data most of the time with data, and this kind of tools is very important for us to
Yeah,
improve your knowledge, our
and
knowledge. Yeah.
you can link the both, all right? And you can work with technology and, as you said, economists, all right? At the same time with the technology. So, Murilo, can you introduce yourself first, please?
Okay, I am Murilo, and I have 30 years old, and I am a software engineer, and my specific front-end developer. I from Tubarão City, South Santa Catarina, but I live in Laguna now, and near Tubarão City, and 15 kilometers. But Laguna City is on the beach. I love beach. And I
Yes.
love technology. I love beach. I love wake up early uh, every day. And yeah, that's it.
Nice to meet you.
Me too.
So, my name is Jean. I'm 19 years old. I am backend software developer and software engineering student at the university. And that's my 40 meeting here as host on Talk and Talk. And that's it. I really love to watch and play soccer. That's my best hobby. I like to play chess. I like to study English too, and I really like to run at the street. So that's it. Let's start answering our question. Let's go to talk about how the internet changed our lives. So please, Murilo, can you start answering the question one? Do you remember the first time you browsed the internet and how were the experiences?
My first time I access internet browser.
Yes, exactly. When you use
I
the internet.
remember in the Windows and 98. My
I
first
haven't used this.
use the Internet Explorer, yeah, Internet Explorer, and I use the wall and the talk wall site.
Yeah.
I use
It's
the
like a chat. I haven't used it
yeah
before.
chat wall.
Yeah.
MSN, MSN. A te pronúncia MSN.
MSN.
MSN,
I think
yeah,
that's it.
MSN, yeah, and play games and CS 1.6. I love it.
Yeah.
My experience was good in the old times. I
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, that's it.
And what about you, Jefferson? Do you remember the first time you browsed the internet and how were the experiences?
Yes, I remember like now in 1994, in the real plan, the government was constructed the real plan, and I used to write article for a newspaper, and what's very interesting because I had to send my newspaper, but was impossible. But I used the internet to search my first search about the news, and I had to save the article put in a pen drive, and leave the newspaper to go to the office there. And this is my article. Can you put my article in your newspaper? It's okay. So
Yeah.
there we used to open the pen drive and see the article. So it was very, very interesting. It was nice experience. And I used to say, how will be the future? Sometimes I hope never to come back here to take my pen drive, my article for you. I hope to send by something special. Maybe this kind of internet. Maybe.
Yeah. Today is easier, right? To surf on internet, to browser it. I remember. I don't remember exactly the first time, but I remember when I started to use the internet. To use the internet, I think it's to play some kind of games, online games, and to search some kind of uh, animations or drawings, to print it, to colorize it. All right, it's the first times that I remember I used the internet to do this kind of things, to play and to search some games or some images, to print and colorize it in a paper. So that's it.
You said games. I remember one game I did play it, and Elifoot 98. Yeah, it's funny. Elifoot display. It's funny.
Yeah,
I remember now. Okay.
yeah. When I start to use the internet, it's exactly to play online games in some platforms. I don't know if these platforms exist now, but like Click Jogos is one of the platform that I played a lot in the past.
Slowly a little, but the experience was amazing.
Yes, exactly. And to download some games, to, for example, uh, FIFA 27, I think
Yeah.
2007.
My
That's
my favorite gamer is CS 1.6 until today.
really,
Yeah.
I
I prefer CS 1.6 than CSGO. CSGO.
yeah,
CSGO.
I think that's it.
Okay.
By the way, I never have played CS in my life. I need to search about this.
And
But it's
in
good.
my
I heard a
case,
lot.
I never play games online. Never.
Yeah,
I
CS I never
only, like
played too.
Jean, I just all like to play soccer with my friends. I
Yeah,
really,
play soccer. But I think you already have played chess online, maybe, or in the computer.
yeah.
Yeah,
Chess, it's okay. Yeah, chess, it's
chess,
okay. Yeah.
pinball in the Windows XP. It's a good game too.
Yeah, I think just chess,
Chess.
because I have a brother that loves to play chess, and
Yeah,
he lives in Brazil, and I used to play with him by internet.
yeah, it's good. You
It's
can
very
participate
amazing.
of some championships online, and that's a good experience too. So let's go to the next question. So Jefferson, can you start answering? How fast was the internet when you started using it? Do you remember if it was dial-up, radar, or fiber optics, for example?
I really don't remember, but it was terrible. You, the internet most of the time. Oh my gosh, it's not working now. I need to send a message, or I need to see something. It's impossible. It's slow motion most of the time. I don't remember this was dial-up radio or fiber optic. I really don't remember, but was terrible, terrible. And I just remember because we have I don't know the name. I think it's backlog. I think it's backlog used by all the universities in Brazil. And we used this kind of communication. Was very interesting. It's a backlog just a little fast than the others one. It's a kind of fiber optics in the past 19.
A direct connection of the universities.
Yeah, all the connections, yeah.
So, okay. In my case, thank good I never used dial-up internet. I don't know how was the experience of using it. But when I started to use the internet, in my case, I started using radio internet, and definitely it isn't so fast. I think maybe it's maybe 1 or 2 megas in my case. For the time, it's fast, but today we have a lot of faster internet. So with fiber optics, for example, so radio internet was it is slow in nowadays. It's hard to find. For example, in my city, it's hard to find houses to use radio internet. It's so popular here, fiber optics. But when I started to use radio internet, was so popular. And what about you, Murilo? Do you remember if the first internet is dial-up, radio, or fiber optics?
Yeah. What city do you live in?
Oh, I forgot to say. I'm from the south of Brazil, Sul. I'm from Paraná. And I live in Jardim Alegre, Paraná.
Jardim Alegre City.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Paraná.
I didn't know.
Yeah, it's exactly in the middle of Paraná. If you search, we'll see
here, capital Curitiba or no?
No, Curitiba, it's next to the beach, right, in the littoral, and I live exactly in the middle of the state. It's far from Curitiba, it's far from Foz do Iguaçu, it's far from São Paulo, it's far from Santa Catarina. It's exactly in the middle.
Okay, nice. And I use it dial-up and radio too. The dial-up, it's more slowly, but very stressed.
The sound of this internet, it have a specific sound, right? I see this at the YouTube. I don't know what the experience of hear this sound when you are trying to search something. But go ahead.
Okay, and fiber optic, no. Fiber optic just only now. Fiber optic, but better, né? Fiber optic better, improving a lot. Okay. And then dial-up, okay, I remember. Yeah, I very stressed because play not loading, never not loading. But I use it too. Eu costumava.
Yeah.
But what mean reclamar? What do you say reclamar?
I don't remember exactly.
Okay, that's
I understand you.
To claim. To claim.
To claim?
Claim.
Claim. Claim. Claim. Write in chat, please. Claim. Today I claimed a lot instead old times. Yeah, that's it.
Good. So I think just me never use dial-up internet. But okay, let's go to the next question. So Murilo, have you ever had to go to the LAN house to have access to internet? Do you still have LAN houses in your city? You are muted.
Today not. And Okay. Today have a little LAN house in my city, but I did like going to go to LAN house in old times. I love it. I go to LAN house every day. I did go to LAN house every day, and I was studying in the morning when I had 14 years, and after class I direct going to LAN house. To go to LAN house. I passed the all afternoon in LAN house, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, depends of the day. And I eat in a house, and I drink, and corujão. Are you say corujão?
To spend the whole night,
Yeah.
spend the whole night working or something like this.
Yeah.
Saturday to Sunday. I Just a moment. I one away of the house.
Yeah.
Fugia. Aí fugia de casa para fazer corujão.
Okay. You go out of house to play with friends at night. If the house is open, you was there.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. In my case, I have had to go to the house, but I think just for 1 year, with my 7 years maybe, because after this, my father bought a computer, and I started to using it at house. But I have the experience to go to the LAN house, and in my city, I already have this LAN house. I remember that in the past, the LAN house have, for example, 20 computers, but now have two, I think, two or just one. I think no one more go to the LAN house to do something. I think it's so hard. The LAN house nowadays don't don't make money more with the people using the computers. The most of LAN house here in my cities, it's internet providers to make money, not just spending the computers with for the users to make money. And what about you, Jefferson? Have you ever had to go to the house to have access to internet?
Yes, a lot. Oh, yes, a lot. When I used to travel, it's very important for me because my whole life I participate in research. I was as a profession, and I had to send some articles or to search for something, and I use this a lot. It was very nice, but never to play games, never to play games. And when I travel to vacation, I think was the same, to send message to my family, my daughters, my friends, something like this. I love to to talk with them by internet, to send a message. It's like it's impossible to imagine that situation. And I'll talk by WhatsApp and Telegram, something like this, or Zoom like now. Everything was different. And I think the LAN house now it's very different, because if you go to a coffee shop, you have this kind, you have just one or two laptop or a desktop to send a message, something like this. Here in Goiânia, we have a lot of coffee shop that you can do this. But about LAN house, no more. There is no more. LAN houses in Goiânia, just coffee shops with computer that you can send and receive messages.
Yes. I live in a small city, and here we have one or two, but I think no one use more the LAN house. And I think in uh, biggest big cities as Guyana, it's so impossible to find one too. It's so hard. So let's go to the question 4. So Jefferson, how did you feel when you had internet in your house and didn't need to go to a LAN house to use it, for example?
I feel comfortable because we have, I think, the best internet here, fiber optics. It's very fast, no problem about this. So I think it's so good. And if you can imagine to go to a LAN house, you need to take your car to go there. And when you arrive there, it's a queue, a lot of guys trying to use, or sometimes you need to appoint to make a schedule, something like this. And it was terrible in the past. I remember now that I had to send a message and then to wait 2 hours because we have a lot of guy that it was appointed. It was terrible. Now it's so easy. I think I feel very comfortable with my internet. I have no problem with internet. And I see here by TNT, most of the guys from São Paulo, Rio de Janeiro, etc., with a lot of problem with internet to connect it.
Yes, I haven't problems with the internet here. It's so good. And in my case, the internet, I use the internet as a as kid, and so I'm not born with the internet at my house, but when I was so kid, I used the LAN house for 1 year, I think, and my father bought a computer and put the internet here at house, and it's so comfortable too. We can do everything here at my house. For example, my father had have go to the LAN house to his teacher too, and to print some activities, some articles too. And it's hard because if you want to print something at the LAN house, a lot of people would like to print something to the printer, right? And it's hard. And with the internet, it becomes easier because it turns possible to do at house. And and in our case, it's so good. Now we can work, study using the internet at house. You don't need to go out, get a car, and to drive to a LAN house, for example. Uh, Now we have the fiber optics. So in rain days, it's so good. I remember with the radio internet when in some days, for example, when it's raining, it's so hard to use the internet. But now with fiber optics, it's so good too, and I haven't problem here. And what
Yeah,
about you, Murilo?
it's raining through me. Okay. And I liked it because I order pizza in my comfortable house. But,
Yeah,
not my more security too, because I was living in one city dangerous, and I prefer internet in my house. Okay, and better for stud too. The more no, and not noise. Yeah, can okay. uh, Whatever. That's it.
yeah. Try to imagine the pandemic without internet at our house.
Yeah, yeah.
It would be a so hard
It's
situation, in
essential.
my opinion. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's it. Let's go to the next question. So, Murilo, how did you feel when? No, I think this we have answered. So the next
I've
question. Yeah. Does your work or studies depend directly on the internet? Could you run them without it?
Okay, it depends. My work depends because I work remote work, homework, my homework, yeah. And but studies, it's study not because I can study in my book ou why do you say caderno?
Notebook.
Book and no problem in study, but you work
Just to use talk and talk,
work
right?
need the
To,
internet.
to use talk and
Internet.
talk, you need to internet.
Okay, resolve this case in going to company.
Yeah.
Okay, and
But still, to use the internet to learn English with us, you really need to use the internet.
I code in my book, write code. It's
Yeah,
hard, but it's amazing challenge. Yeah,
yeah, that's true.
in university, I code in my book.
Oh, I have this experience. At the notes, I think it's a little better than the notebook.
Yeah,
But
better learning. Yeah,
yeah,
improving learning, code.
yeah, that's true. And what about you, Jefferson? Do your work or studies depends directly on the internet?
I think it's 50-50 because I need to write articles, a lot of meetings I can do by my home, like now in Zoom, but I need to go to university to teach. So it's online classes now. It's impossible. But I think it's 50-50 maybe. And if I could run them without it, yeah, I think it's impossible. I imagine without internet, how can you communicate it? How can you search, in my case, the data from Banco Central, IBGE, Ministério da Economia, and something like this. I need all these figures, the data, because I work with this the whole time. And I work with financials too. I need to see the stock market, how is the stock market is good or bad, how to invest, what kind of stocks we need to invest. And all of these we directed on the internet. It's impossible to think, to work without this.
Yeah, that's true.
Investment, it's impossible. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Uh,
And you think about the financial service. I think everything you can do, I really don't know. I think it's 5 years. I don't know banks now anymore. I have account in Itaú and Bradesco, but most of the whole time I'm doing here online.
yeah, it's so hard to, in my case, go to the bank. I do everything at my smartphone at the bank app, and it's easier, right? I don't need to go out to resolve some problems. But that's it. In my case, my work depends directly. As Murilo, I work as a remote job, so I work at the house, and I really need to use the internet to study. I depend to the internet to study too, to make some online courses, for example, or to study English, as we are here on Zoom to talk in English, and something some things in all the university. I need to use some uh, applications to deliver my my works, my homeworks to the teacher, to use email. So my work and studies depend directly of the internet, and I cannot nowadays live without this. It's essential to work and to study. So that's it. So, Murilo, in recent years, have you experienced the situation of being without internet for a few days at home? Do you believe you could go the next 7 days without internet?
Okay. And recent years, no, a few minutes, no few days. A few, already few minutes. The okay, believe you could. Okay, it's challenge. It's a challenge. Okay, and I I use it. I would like have without the internet, but because I challenge a lot, and I believe, but only 7 days, more no. So
Yeah.
7 days limit for
Just just the vacations, all right? When you don't need to work or study, you
yeah,
could.
my vacations without internet. I did stay off all time,
Yeah.
all day, every day.
I try to do this at the Sundays.
Yeah,
Uh
I try Sundays, Saturdays, on weekends. Yeah, on weekends I try without internet. I did stay.
yeah, I power off my computer, my smartphone, and go out to run to play
Yeah, it's
soccer or something.
main smartphone. Yeah, but my computer I use it for study.
Yeah, at the Sundays I try to don't use technology, just
Nothing, nothing.
nothing. Just
Not,
my smart band to see how kilometers I run, all right,
uh,
and the television to watch soccer. This is the technology that I use at the Sundays. I try to power off my computer and my smartphone just when I have some works of the homeworks of the university. But I try to do this during the week or in the Saturdays to don't use at the Sundays. It's a challenge for me, and it's good to refresh the mind in my case.
okay. Do you like soccer?
Yeah, I really like soccer. I really like to play soccer or watch soccer. That's my favorite hobby.
Do you play soccer on weekends or every day?
No, every day, no. I work during the day and I go to the university at night some days.
No have
Uh,
time. Yeah,
yeah, usually at the weekends. All right.
on weekends. Okay.
Yeah, on at the weekends I like to play.
We need to play sports on weekends.
Yeah, exactly. Cause I use the computer all the time. I at the morning I start to use it and I stop just
But yeah,
at the end of the night when I go out of the university. So if I don't uh, play sports or work out, it's so hard to live just
okay.
using the computer.
But I run that 3 times per week. By week. By
Yes,
yeah.
yes. I go to the gym, for example, all the days, and
Ah,
I run at the week and play soccer. I cannot live without sports. I need
it's
to play something or work out. It's good for my body and to my health in my case.
it's partly because for not having surgery. It's a gene for and fortalece. How do you say fortalece?
Grow. I think
Oh, there,
Strength.
strap, yeah,
Yeah.
strap, yeah. And last year I broke in my ligament of knee. and
Oh,
I
that's hard.
was surgery. Yeah, but
Yeah.
I am recovered now.
Yeah, in this case, you need
Recover,
to stop
recover,
the most of the sports to recover.
but not soccer. Not soccer is common, broken ligament, but it was in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. I think it's harder than the soccer, right?
I dislike jiu-jitsu now.
Yeah,
No, not practice more.
yeah. Because it's impossible, right?
Not practice. Yeah. Okay. That's it.
And what about you, Jefferson? In recent years, have you experienced the situation of being without internet for a few days at home? You
Yeah, it's really
could could go
when
the
I go
next
to
7 days without internet.
yes, when I go to the gym, no cell phone. Never. I can listen because I love to talk a lot. To see
Yeah,
my friends, I spend 1 hour, 1 hour and a half there and talk about a lot of things to update the conversation. I think it's very important for me. And on Saturdays, I use the internet just to YouTube, to see film, to watch a movie, to listen good music. I love to listen good music, to drink beer, to dance with my wife, with my friends, something like this. So I use and at the every Saturday to play soccer. I think it's the same. When I go to play soccer, no cell phone. Just
yeah,
to go there to play and after the game to drink beer. It's called resenha, resenha in Portuguese. And I love to drink beer and to talk about a lot of things, but no internet, no cell phone.
no
And
screens.
I in my vacation I use only to see something by internet, but most of the time I love to read books because I have a lot of books to read.
Yeah,
I use not to see internet.
yeah. But sometimes it's hard uh, to live without internet. For example, my smart band have access to internet. My Kindle have access to internet. So to read books or to monitor my health with this kind of smart band, these kind of equipments are using the internet. And this is exactly the next question. But before this, I would like to to know if you believe you could go the next 7 days without internet, Jefferson.
Yes, yes, really. I had this experience. It was so nice. I go to I don't remember the name, Alagoas, and I spend a lot of times just to see the beach, to play, to drink, and something like this. Just nothing, no cell phone, nothing. It
Yeah,
was very interesting because you most of the time you were toxing your brain with the internet. I think you must to refresh something good for your mind, for your mental health.
yeah. The most of times the equipments that you use with internet isn't necessarily all right. The notifications that you receive the most of time isn't so important. So you can go out of this kind of device for a little bit to refresh your mind, I think. And in my case, I have the experience to be without internet a few days at home because I have some problem with my internet provider, but not exactly totally offline because now we have for example, the 4G in our smartphones. We are using the internet at the like when we have the internet provider at house. And if I can go the next 7 days without internet, I think that's not possible because I work with internet and I study using the internet. But because that I try to do this just one day at my week, as I said. At the Sundays, I try to live without the internet. But okay, let's go to the next question. So Jefferson, how was wireless internet made your everyday tasks easier? In which equipment do you use this type of connection the most?
Well, it depends. If I'm going to read a book, to read newspaper, I use my tablet. I think this is the best format to use this. And if I'm going to work, I use my desktop because I have two screens. I must have at least two screens to see the stock market, something like this, and to type, see the news. And to talk with you, to talk by Zoom, I use this my laptop. I have what kind? It's Lenovo, and I use this. And to communicate it with other guys, 50-50, I use WhatsApp and Telegram by my laptop, and 50 by my cell phone. My cell phone, yeah.
Yes, in my case, a lot of equipments here are connected with the internet. I think my wireless internet, right? My laptop, my smart band, my smartphone, my Kindle to download some ebooks. The TV, the smart TV is connected with the internet. I think that's it. The Blu-ray have access to internet. I don't use the Blu-ray. I don't know because it's to a DVD player, right? But the Blu-ray have access to internet too. A lot of equipments have internet, the access to wireless internet, and I think it makes my life easier because I don't need to use exactly in the router, for example, with a cable, for example. I can use my laptop at the sofa or my smartphone walking at the house, and it becomes easier. For example, now my computer is here at my bedroom, and the router of the internet it's at the other side of the house, and it's easier because I have internet connection without problem. And what about you, Murilo? How the wireless internet made your everyday tasks easier?
Okay, and I use more smartphone and laptop. And, this is I can use it in somewhere in my bedroom, my room, and outside of my house too. And I like it, and it's better my life, my day, and my work too. When when using my laptop in outside the house, I listen birds. I I I get a little sun, yeah, a little a little sun, yeah. Okay, that's it.
Nice. We have three questions, but we haven't enough time. So let's go to the question 9, the last question. So Murilo, can you start answering this? Do you believe that the internet is one of the humanity's greatest inventions? Why?
Yeah, I make sure and change people's lives, and peoples can make create another technology for better health, for better uh, for a day by day of work, and create more accessibility. and it's amazing. I am grateful for it.
Yeah,
It's better people lives and resume.
yeah. In my opinion, the internet it's one of the greatest humanity inventions, together with the vaccines. In my opinion, that's I think the two greatest invention of the humanity. And I think it's great because you can use this. The internet turns easier the access of the informations, all right? So we can uh, search, for example, about everything that we want at the Google, and we can learn a lot with this. So if the internet is, if it is used in a good way, the internet have a lot of good points to help uh, our daily, in my opinion. And what about you, Jefferson?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's the greatest invention. I can't imagine now without internet about my new skills, about the research that I used to do, about my education. My education, I think it's better now to travel, to buy shopping, to online, and financial service. It's impossible, as I said. I can't imagine go to a bank to stay to spend 1 hour in a queue in bank. It's impossible. And to finish about the relationship, it's so nice. This is the case of our TNT. I love to be here to talk, to improve my English, and to make friends. Thank you, TNT.
Yes. So that's all for today. We talked a lot about the internet and how the internet changed our life. But before we finish, I really would like to send a survey link, and I'd like to have the feedback of all of you. If you like or dislike this conversation, or if you wanna talk about some topic at the next week, you can share here, and I will read off the answers. But that's all for today. Uh, I I'm I'm really love to talk with all of you, and I hope see all of you at the next week here again to talk about technology. That in my opinion it's one of the best topics of talk and talk. All right, talk about technology. But that's all for today. And how was the experience, Murilo? Did you
Thanks
like
for
this
thanks
topic?
thanks for class. Yeah, I like
It's not a class, all right? We are here just
It's a
to talk.
meeting.
Yeah, it's a meeting. I'm not here to teach you anything.
the meeting. Yeah. Okay, and can you send me your LinkedIn?
Yeah, sure. I can send you. One moment. Let me send you.
Shower link.
So this is the link.
Okay, thanks.
But okay, that's all for today. I hope see all of you at the next week.
Okay, bye bye. Thank you.
Bye.
See you.
See
Bye.
you.